already. So, I'm Scott Bradley from Newcastle University, and this is just going to be sort of quickish look over sort of how to set up the new UI on a local Windows PC, just for sort of testing purposes. Here's a quick overview, sort of the steps that you need to take when setting up the new UI. So we need to visit the Ex-Libris GitHub repository and download the environment package and also the view package from there. You can also download the view package from your Primo back office, but I've always just done it via GitHub, and it's always seemed to be perfectly fine from there. You will want to go to the Node.js website and download the latest version of the latest LTS version of Node.js, and then you want to run these following commands. And then from there, you edit the proxy server, so that basically it tells your local environment where to look at, and then finally you run this command line which runs this new environment locally. So what I've done, just because sometimes it can take a little bit of time to run these commands, I've run these 3 commands already and installed the necessary dependencies, because like I say, sometimes they can take 5-10 minutes to run. So I have done that in advance. So the first thing you would do is you'd open the command line. I always find it good to open the command line as administrator. Otherwise, I occasionally get error messages for permission reasons, etc. So I always find it better to run it as the PC administrator. And you want to run this npm install, etc., etc., etc. And that will install the dependencies, including npm. You then want to, just to note, you want to then run the next command, and once again I find to come out of the command line altogether and open the command line back up again as administrator, just so it picks up on, it recognises the previous steps. And then you want to run the npm install -g gulp, which then installs gulp on your machine. And then the final command you need to run, and this installs the modules in the node_modules directory within your environment. It's just, so yeah, sorry, you need to navigate to where you save the environment, your local environment to. So in my case, I've just saved it in the projects files, and we'll see this in a moment. And then you run the command npm install, and like I say, that installs the necessary modules in the node_modules directory. So yeah, like I said at the start, we've sort of whistled through those first 3 steps just because it can sometimes take a little while. So the next stage would be to edit the proxy server. And to do that, let me skip over to my virtual Windows machine here, which will be here myself. Yeah, so to edit the proxy server, what you want to do is you want to navigate to where you install that local environment, and like I said, in my case I installed it on my C drive under program files and this directory here. To update that proxy, it's in gulp, in the gulp directory, and it's in the config file. So we want to open this config file in any sort of text editor, so whether that be just Notepad or Dreamweaver, your choice. And you want to scroll down to, well, to line 104 normally, and this is what it comes by default. But I've already pre-populated this because I can never remember what I was off the top of my head. Yeah, so I've added our proxy server in. As you can see above, you can add I've also added our sandbox proxy server as well, because obviously that's normally running on a newer release. So if I ever want to do any testing on the newer releases, I can do that. But at the minute, we'll just stick with our production server. So that's that there. Obviously, save the file. Click back. So yeah, so we've edited the proxy server there, and then what we want to do is run this gulp command. So if I now get back here, and I open up another command line, and I want to change directory to the C program, once again in my case, program files and the environment. Well, let me get to C first. There we go. Yeah, so go C, program files, and then I've got my Primo environment. So within that you can see those directories we just showed you, so you've got your gulp directory, etc. that we were just in. But from here we want to run gulp, run -- view, and then I've skipped a step there. So yeah, sorry, rewinding a little bit. When you download the environment and also the view, you need to save the view into your Primo Explore directory, custom, and then this. And you can give this directory name whatever you want. In my case, I've given it the new UI. So this is the directory I also downloaded from Gulp, and like I say, I've given it the name of new UI. So on the command line, if I was now to run new UI, so it's looking at that view, give it a second or two. See here, it's running on localhost at port 8003 from that Primo Explore directory. So if we were to navigate to that in a browser now, all being well, let's just go to localhost. I've got already. So yeah, Primo Explore search, and then you want to add your view ID, which in my case is new UI. Hit enter on that. And because we set the proxy server up to point at our live environment, we should be seeing, we're seeing our live data. So if I was to do, let's do a search for Charles Dickens, for example, that should return data from Newcastle University's which it is. Apologies for the terrible resolution. That's why it's sort of gone into mobile view. Normally, as you know, you have your faucets down the right or down the left hand side there. Yeah, it's in a mobile view due to the resolution. Yeah, so in a nutshell, so that's how you set up the new UI on your local environment. But from there, obviously, you might want to start tweaking colours, you might want to change the logo of the site, etc. And to do that is fairly, well, to change sort of the primary colours of the site, it's fairly basic, or straightforward should I say. What you want to do is, you want to come out and go to the root of your environment. So this is the environment once again that we downloaded from GitHub. And there's a colors.json file. And you need to copy and paste that from this root of your environment, and you want to drop it into, you want to drop it into your new view root. Is everyone following so far? Does this make sense? So yeah, you want to drop it into the root of here. And you can edit this once again in any sort of text editor. And what actually Libris have kindly done is they've already set up sort of, these are your primary colours on the site, so they sort of are these sort of colours along here. They also have an influence, it won't work on here because of the mobile view, but it normally has like a slightly background when you expand and the transition comes over. You get a slight background colour that also affects that. And the others, so you know, your warning messages, your notices, etc. They're all set up in here. So if you wanted to, for this example, change the colours up the top here, all you would need to do, because we know it's the primary, we can just add, I can never remember the one for red. So yeah, excellent decimal value, I think that's right. We'll save that, and then going back to our command line, we want now to run a command which picks up those new values that we've entered in that file. So we can do Once again, gulp app-css _view. Once again, it's new UI. And I run that, and as long as I type that in correctly, it should be now looking in that colors.json file, pulling out the updates I've made. And what it does is, after it's run there, it creates this new file in your CSS directory. And if you were to edit, view this, that command has just created all of this for us. So it saves us typing all that out. It's done it for us. And if I was to then restart our local environment, it should. Picked up our new colours. There we go. Simple as that. And obviously you can go back in and change that hexadecimal value to a different value if need be, and also the others. One thing to note, when you run that app-css command, it does update your custom1.css file. So if you put any custom CSS in there, it will overwrite it. So one thing, well, what we do is, I've never seen this documented anywhere. I think I saw it in one of the Primo discussion forums, where you can add additional style sheets within here. You don't need, you don't seem to need to reference them anywhere. So if I just create, you can, as far as I can tell, you can create a file in there called anything .css, and then you can add your own CSS to this, and then it won't be overwritten when you run that command. So I've already popped one in there. So if I was to remove this, save that, come out. As you can see there, it's given a blue background to this now, and obviously you know, using it Firefox, Firebug or something similar, you can find the classes or IDs of the different items, and then just add them to this file and add your custom CSS to there. Like I said, otherwise if you add it to the custom1.css file, it will be overwritten every time you run that app-css. Yeah, so just sort of summarise what I've just said there. Updating in there. And the next, so let's say we're happy with everything that we've done now. We've tweaked everything that we need to tweak, and what we want to do now is take it out of our local environment and upload it to our live or even our sandbox environment. And how we do that is, so again, we come back to our command line. Me just doing Control-C there just terminates the job that's running. And what we can do now is we can, all that work that we've done, any logos we uploaded, any CSS changes, any JavaScript changes we made, we can now zip all that up and then upload it into the Primo back office. So to do that, we run once again gulp, and it's create package. And what that will do, that will look in this folder. It'll pick out all the directories that we have in there, because you can have more than one view in here if need be. I don't know the limit of how many you can have. And what it'll do is it'll list them here. At the minute, obviously, we've just got the one. So we've got this new UI one to do. And then it says, please prompt which one you want to select. Obviously, in our case, we've only got the one to select. Hit one. That zipped that package up. If I was to come back here now and go to packages, yeah, there we go, that's our zip file ready to be uploaded now to the Primo back office. Unfortunately, I can't for some reason connect to our Primo back office to show you where to upload it. Let me try once more. Just permission denied, or Am I right now? As long as I'm connected to that Wi-Fi, I should be. I am as well. It's just it doesn't seem to let us connect me back office.
Does it work with Sandbox? Yeah. So when I'm in here, so yeah, we've zipped that file up. And what we want to do now is we want to upload it to our Primo back office. We want to go to Deploy Utilities, Customization Manager. We want to select the view from within the Primo back office that we want to apply this to. In my case, I've already created a new one called New UI, funnily enough. I won't do it, but what you would do is you choose the file, you locate it on your machine, packages, that one, you'll upload and then deploy it. And then as long as you navigate to the correct URL, you will, or you should be seeing what you've developed on your local machine, or your local environment there. Is there any questions so far? No? Yeah. So, these are my Primo little nuggets that I've come across when doing this sort of thing. This no customization equals true I find is really handy when debugging, because occasionally I might come across something and I think, why doesn't this work? And it's either, obviously I always want to blame Ex Libris, but in case it's not to me. So what you can do is, at the end of the URL, you can add this additional parameter, which Ex Libris showed me and told me about. You can do ampersand, no customization equals true, as long as I spell that right. That should strip away, oh no, it's because I haven't got it running. So yeah, I just need to restart my environment again. So now it should have stripped away all, so it stripped away all the styling that I applied. And if I'd done any JavaScript tweaks, it would strip all that away, and it sort of takes you back to out the box again. And it's a great way, I found, if you have any sort of conflict in JavaScript or conflict in CSS, it's a good way of sort of narrowing down whether it's an Ex Libris issue or something you've done. And something else that I do, once sort of the sites, you've done all the customization and you're happy with it in your local environment, it can sometimes be a bit of a chore to keep going into your Primo back office, uploading it, deploying it, etc. So what I've done is, and I don't know if Ex Libris frown upon this or what, is for CSS I do an import. So I'll have a file sitting on one of the library servers, a CSS file sitting on one of the library servers, and then all I need to do is update that style sheet. And as long as in my I would have it in my, there, I'd import the style sheet, so when Primo runs, yes, it'll see any styles you have in this style sheet, but it'll also import your local style sheet, which saves you, like I said, having to zip it up every time and then re-upload it into your back office, and you can just do it all locally, press save, press refresh, and the changes should have taken effect. I find that's a quicker and easier way of doing it. And the same applies with the JavaScript. You can also reference, so from within your custom1.js file, the Angular, where most of your Angular.js stuff goes, you can also reference a locally stored JavaScript file as well. And from within there, what we're doing is we've got jQuery in there and a bit of Angular. And once again, it just saves me having to package it all up and then upload it back into the Primo back office. And that is everything in a quick overview. Unless any other questions? Does anyone wants to go back over again, where that was quick.
These libraries are these provided by Syllabus, is Gulp and...
Yeah, no, so, well, Gulp isn't no. So what it is, so let me go to here. The only thing you need to download from anywhere is the Node.js, and that's a JavaScript runtime environment. So all you need to do is navigate to the Node.js website, download the latest version. It's downloading there, I won't run it. Run it like you normally run an exe file on your PC. That will install like you would any other sort of program. And then using sort of Node.js that you've just downloaded and those commands from the very beginning. Yeah. So when you run these commands, it goes off to GitHub, it just goes back off to GitHub, gets all the files it needs and installs them for you. So the only thing you really need to download and go off on the website on a website for is the Node.js.
No customization equals true thing you run.
Yeah.
Does that only work on the development environment, or does it work on your sandbox and your live environment as well?
As far as my work works on the live and your sandbox environment as well. Yes, it does, because that's how Xperis raised it.
Right.
They told me about that one.
And can you just show that again, that URL and not use customization?
Yeah.
So just do it on the live.
Alright, okay, let me do that. Let me. So yeah, we have our classic Primo and our new UI running in parallel at the moment with a beta feedback button where students are submitting their feedback about it. Let's see then, let's put that. Yeah. Yeah, so that's everything.
That's really useful.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.